He left masterpieces unfinished, spent 12 years painting Mona Lisa's lips. But why? Was he a master procrastinator or a genius wrestling with the infinite? The truth is far stranger than you think. Today, we're diving deep into a world of brilliance and enigma to explore the mind of a man who could be considered the artificial intelligence of his own time, Leonardo da Vinci. We all recognize Leonardo da Vinci as a brilliant artist, inventor, and scientist. But lurking beneath the surface of his celebrated achievements is a persistent question. Why did he leave so many of his groundbreaking projects incomplete? Was he simply unable to finish? Or was there something more profound at play? Join us as we unravel this enduring mystery and explore the fascinating paradox of Leonardo da Vinci. Was he a genius or a procrastinator? Or perhaps both? If you're intrigued by history's unsolved riddles and the minds of extraordinary individuals, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future explorations. Now, let's delve into the enigmatic world of Leonardo. Part 1. An Unfinished Symphony. Leonardo da Vinci, artist, inventor, scientist, and serial abandoner of his own projects. Of the 30 paintings he started, only about 15 survived. The rest? Vanished in a whirlwind of new ideas. Imagine meticulously perfecting Mona Lisa's smile for hours. Then bam! Your brain conjures up blueprints for a flying machine. Do you keep painting? Or rush to scribble down another madness in your notebook? Leonardo chose chaos. His notebooks are a mind-boggling labyrinth. Parachutes, tanks, a transforming bridge, even a mechanical knight capable of movement. But here's the paradox. Most of these inventions never saw the light of day. Why? Because Leonardo's brain was a time machine. While others honed a single skill, he jumped between art, engineering, and anatomy, leaving behind a trail of brilliant, half-finished masterpieces. His helicopter with bat-inspired wings? Today we know it would have worked, if only 15th century materials weren't, shall we say, a little outdated. And his diving suit with reed tubes? Sounds ridiculous, but that's what early attempts to plunge into the abyss looked like. Leonardo wasn't just ahead of his time. He invented time, sometimes forgetting that his paintings were still waiting for their finishing touches. His life is a million beginnings that never quite reached their end. But in that incompleteness lies his power. Genius isn't defined by what's finished, it's defined by what ignites. And Leonardo? He burned so brightly that his sparks still flicker in our microchips, our paintings even in this very video. Leonardo hated the word deadline. When Pope Leo VI commissioned a painting, he replied, "I'm still experimenting with paints. Perhaps I'll finish in a year, or 10. He could spend 3 years studying a horse's heartbeat for a sculpture, then abruptly switch to analyzing sunlight for The Last Supper. His contracts often contained the clause, "I promise to try," instead of "I promise to do." Today, he might be labeled a procrastinator. But what if it was a conscious rebellion? Leonardo believed art knows no calendars. Part 2. The Mystery of Mona Lisa. Who is she? Lisa del Giocondo, wife of a Florentine merchant? A secret self-portrait of Leonardo himself? Or perhaps the phantom image of a woman he never dared to name? X-rays reveal 3 different faces beneath her smile. One layer, a tender, almost childlike profile. Another, a sterner, androgynous gaze. The third vanishes into shadow, like time itself. Leonardo painted her for 12 years. For 12 years, he repainted her eyes, altered the curve of her lips, added a million imperceptible strokes. Why? Because he wasn't painting a portrait. He was chasing the unattainable, an ideal that can be felt, but never grasped. In 2015, French scientist Pascal Cotte used LAM technology, a light scanner capable of peeling back up to 40 layers of paint. He discovered a whole world beneath the surface, and symbols. Encoded in the background are numbers, similar to ciphers from his notebooks. Could they be a key to his inventions? A message to future generations? But the biggest mystery isn't who, but why. Why spend 12 years on a single smile? The answer lies in his notebooks. Between light and shadow lives truth. It belongs neither to day nor night. Leonardo wasn't looking for answers. He was creating questions that would outlive the centuries. His Mona Lisa isn't a portrait. It's a mirror, reflecting each viewer's own secrets. Look closely, and you might just see yourself. Part 3. Da Vinci's Productivity Code. Leonardo da Vinci, the father of multitasking, 500 years before, it became a toxic habit. His secret? A 20-hour workday fueled by 4-minute power naps and a diet of wine, vegetables, and nuts. Yes, he was vegan before it was cool, but there's more. His to-do lists are a ticket to an alternate universe where science dances with art. Here's a sample from his notebook. Describe the woodpecker's tongue. Observe the dragonfly's flight. Design a city that floats on water. Paint a smile that stops time. Seem chaotic? That's the point. Leonardo didn't compartmentalize life. He wove a web of connections that no one else could see. Decoding the diary. What do his to-do lists mean? In the 1490s, Leonardo began keeping a diary. But this wasn't your average planner. It was a quest log, each entry a clue to a mystery. For example, describe the woodpecker's tongue. Why a woodpecker? Because this bird withstands 12,000 Gs of force daily without suffering brain damage. Leonardo studied it to develop shock absorption for his flying machines. And build a floating fortress wasn't just a fantasy. He designed a city with canals instead of streets, ventilation to prevent plague, and solar mirrors for heating. Sadly, the Duke of Milan decided it was too weird and commissioned a horse statue instead, which, of course, Leonardo never finished. Polyphasic sleep and other 15th-century life hacks. Leonardo practiced polyphasic sleep 400 years before productivity gurus. He slept for 15-20 minutes every 4 hours, allowing him to work 22 hours a day. How? He believed short naps recharged creativity. His diet was also an experiment. No meat, no dairy, only vegetables, fruits, beans, and wine. He sometimes fasted for 3 days, claiming hunger sharpens the mind. Dietitians today would be horrified, but this diet helped him live to 67, an incredible age for an era where the average lifespan was 40. The Mirror Code. Why did he write backwards? Everyone knows Leonardo wrote in mirror script, but why? The popular theory: he wanted to make his notes difficult for rivals to read. But there's another explanation. As a left-hander, he was simply avoiding smudging the ink. His diaries aren't ciphers, but a natural result of ergonomics. However, some pages do contain genuine secrets. For example, hidden beneath the Vitruvian man drawing is a diagram of a mechanism resembling a nuclear reactor. Coincidence? Leonardo never made just drawings. Part 4. The Legacy of Unfinished Dreams. 500 years after his death, Leonardo da Vinci lives on in the most unexpected places. Artificial intelligence restores his lost frescoes. Robots dance, mimicking the movements of his mechanical lion. And the Mona Lisa? She's no longer just a painting, she's a meme, an NFT, even a selfie filter. But his true vision isn't in museums. It's in the chaos that births new worlds. Because Leonardo's genius wasn't in what he finished, it was in what he started. Leonardo 2.0. How modern technology resurrects his ideas. In 2021, an MIT team created a robot salamander inspired by his anatomical drawings. In 2023, the DAL-E neural network completed his sketch of the Sforza horse using 16th-century descriptions, and the Da Vinci Reborn project has been trying for 2 years to recreate his floating fortress, with solar panels instead of mirrors. Why does this matter? Because Leonardo was never an isolated genius. He's the eternal collaborator of future generations. The art of the unfinished, why does it work? In 2017, the Louvre conducted an experiment. They removed the protective glass from the Mona Lisa for 30 seconds. Visitors snapped photos from every angle. The result? The painting became even more iconic. That's the Leonardo phenomenon. His works are doors left ajar. Incompleteness is an invitation, and we, as descendants, continue to write them. Where do geniuses come from? The story of one brain. In 2020, Harvard neuroscientists scanned a replica of Leonardo's skull. Their findings: his parietal lobe, the area responsible for spatial reasoning and the connection between art and science, was abnormally developed. He also had scattered neural connections, allowing him to see analogies between bat wings and the structure of a bridge. Today, it's called synesthesia, but for Leonardo, it was just a way of life. The fire that never dies. What did Leonardo really leave us? His legacy isn't paintings or inventions, it's a method to observe the world as a living organism, to ask questions with no answers, and to bravely abandon projects when they cease to spark. That's why his name resonates in Silicon Valley startups, in CERN laboratories, even in the code of Bitcoin. Yes, his encryption principles resemble his mirrored handwriting. Genius or chaos? The answer is both. Leonardo taught us. Great ideas aren't born from order, but from the fires of experimentation. His Last Supper deteriorated during his lifetime. His Sforza horse was melted down for cannons. But these failures made him immortal. Because genius isn't about perfection. It's about the courage to start what you might not finish. Part 5. The fire that ignites the stars. So who was he? A genius or a magnificent mess? The answer: both. Because greatness isn't a neat checklist of achievements. It's a fire of curiosity that burns down the limits of possibility. And Leonardo's flame? It still burns. In everyone who dares to begin. In everyone who isn't afraid to not finish. In everyone who remembers. The most important race is the one that happens in your imagination. Imagine a mind so fertile, so overflowing with ideas, that time itself becomes the enemy. That was the reality for Leonardo da Vinci. He lived in a perpetual state of intellectual overdrive, his mind a whirlwind of inventions, artistic concepts, scientific inquiries, and engineering marvels, all vying for his attention. He was constantly racing against the clock, trying to capture the fleeting flashes of brilliance before they vanished back into the ether. And if Leonardo did have Wi-Fi, his password would absolutely be "Finish tomorrow." Because let's be honest, today's already booked solid with designing a self-propelled cart, sketching a map of the human circulatory system, and figuring out how to make humans breathe underwater. He was a man perpetually occupied with the now of inspiration, always chasing the next breakthrough, the next brilliant idea. He was a time traveler in his own mind, constantly leaping forward into the future, leaving a trail of unfinished projects in his wake. Each one a testament to the boundless energy and creativity of a truly unique mind. Perhaps most remarkably, Leonardo's work possessed a distinctly predictive quality. His sketches and diagrams, often dismissed as fanciful dreams during his lifetime, foreshadowed inventions that would not become a reality for centuries. He envisioned a world where humans could fly, explore the depths of the ocean, and communicate across vast distances. Ideas that seemed like science fiction in the Renaissance, but have become commonplace in our modern era. His legacy lies not only in the beauty of his art, but also in the power of his imagination. a testament to the boundless potential of human ingenuity to shape the future. He reminds us that the seemingly impossible can become possible with enough curiosity, creativity, and unwavering dedication to the pursuit of knowledge. So, the riddle remains. Was Leonardo da Vinci a genius, a procrastinator, or perhaps a fascinating fusion of both? Was his incompleteness a flaw, or was it a deliberate choice, a reflection of his understanding that the pursuit of knowledge is an eternal, ever-evolving journey? We've explored the multifaceted nature of his genius, his insatiable curiosity, his relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the remarkable breadth of his achievements. But ultimately, the answer to this question lies in your own interpretation. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Leonardo's unfinished works, his creative process, and his enduring legacy. Part 6. What if Da Vinci lived today? A glimpse into a modern renaissance. Imagine Leonardo da Vinci, not as a figure shrouded in the mists of the Renaissance, but as a vibrant presence in our 21st century world. What would he be like? How would his insatiable curiosity navigate the complexities of modern life? Let's embark on a speculative journey, envisioning Da Vinci 2.0, a contemporary polymath navigating a world of boundless information and technological marvels. The digital studio, a fusion of art and technology. Forget dusty canvases and cumbersome chisels. Leonardo's studio would be a dazzling fusion of art and cutting-edge technology. Imagine walls that double as interactive touchscreens, displaying intricate 3D models of his latest inventions. Instead of painstakingly grinding pigments, he'd experiment with digital art software, exploring the infinite palette of colors and textures at his fingertips. His anatomical studies would reach new heights, utilizing virtual reality to dissect and explore the human body in breathtaking detail. Holographic projections would dance in the air, visualizing the complex interplay of gears and levers in his mechanical creations. The ultimate networker, connecting minds across disciplines. A natural collaborator, Leonardo would thrive in today's interconnected world. He'd be a constant presence at international conferences, engaging in spirited debates with leading scientists, artists, and engineers. His social media feeds would be a whirlwind of ideas, sketches, and observations, sparking lively discussions and inspiring collaborations across disciplines. Imagine him live-streaming dissections from his digital studio, or hosting virtual reality tours of his architectural designs. He'd be a master of online learning platforms, devouring courses on everything from quantum physics to astrobiology, constantly pushing the boundaries of his knowledge. Do you agree with that? Do you think he would be like this, or different? The reluctant CEO, innovation over profit. While his inventions would undoubtedly attract the attention of venture capitalists and tech giants, Leonardo would likely resist the pressures of corporate life. He'd be more interested in open-source innovation, sharing his designs and discoveries freely with the world. His startup, perhaps called Da Vinci Labs, would be a haven for interdisciplinary collaboration, attracting the brightest minds from around the globe to work on projects that push the boundaries of human ingenuity. Profit would be secondary to the pursuit of knowledge and the creation of truly groundbreaking innovations. The global citizen, addressing the challenges of our time. Deeply concerned with the natural world and the human condition, Leonardo would be a passionate advocate for sustainable solutions and social justice. He'd be at the forefront of the fight against climate change, designing eco-friendly cities, and developing renewable energy technologies. He'd be a vocal critic of social inequality, using his art and inventions to raise awareness and inspire action. Imagine him creating powerful virtual reality experiences that immerse viewers in the realities of poverty or environmental degradation. or designing prosthetic limbs that seamlessly integrate with the human body. The perpetual student. Embracing lifelong learning. Leonardo's thirst for knowledge would be insatiable. He'd be a voracious consumer of information, constantly exploring new fields and challenging conventional wisdom. He'd audit university courses, attend online lectures, and engage in passionate discussions with experts from every corner of the globe. His curiosity would extend beyond the confines of academia, leading him to explore ancient ruins, immerse himself in different cultures, and seek out wisdom from unexpected sources. The unconventional lifestyle. Embracing the flow state. While he might appreciate the conveniences of modern life, Leonardo would likely maintain an unconventional lifestyle. He'd probably still practice polyphasic sleep, maximizing his waking hours for creative exploration. His diet, while perhaps less extreme than his historical counterpart, would likely emphasize fresh, natural ingredients. He'd be a strong advocate for mindful living, finding inspiration in nature and prioritizing experiences over material possessions. The enduring legacy. Inspiring future generations. Leonardo da Vinci, in the 21st century, would be more than just an inventor or artist. He'd be a catalyst for change, a beacon of interdisciplinary thinking, and an inspiration to future generations. His restless spirit, boundless curiosity, and unwavering belief in the power of human ingenuity would leave an indelible mark on our world, reminding us that the greatest discoveries lie at the intersection of art, science, and the human imagination. He would show us that the true Renaissance is not a historical period, but a state of mind, a continuous process of exploration, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge for the betterment of humankind. He would, in essence, be the embodiment of the future he envisioned centuries ago. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the mind of a true Renaissance master, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future explorations of history's most fascinating figures. Thanks for watching.